Boca Raton is not just reserved for the ultra-wealthy. Boca Raton has everything from beautiful sun-soaked beaches to luxurious shopping to even nature preserves and parks. Hi, we're Jack and Erica with Hello Pumpkin Travels, and today we want to share our top 5 favorite things to do in Boca Raton. Boca Raton was officially incorporated in May of 1926 and is an affluent coastal city 45 miles north of Miami, Florida. The area was first settled by Europeans around 1895, following the expansion of Henry Flagler's Florida East Coast Railway. Boca Raton today is known for its luxurious lifestyle, Mediterranean revival architecture, and extensive park systems that later earned the nickname a city within a park. It offers a sophisticated blend of high-end amenities, including upscale shopping at the town center at Boca Raton and Meisner Park, along with the pristine Atlantic Beach. Boca is also a major business hub, home of several corporate headquarters, and is also where the main campus of Florida Atlantic University is located. Fun fact about Boca Raton is that it was the birthplace of IBM's first personal computer back in 1981. Boca Raton is definitely a dynamic and desirable place to live, work, or visit. Give this video a thumbs up if you live, work, or have visited Boca Raton. If you have never visited, stick around to see what our #1 spot is that would make anyone want to visit. The first spot we recommend you explore is the Gumbo Limbo Nature Center. This is a 20-acre coastal preserve on Boca Raton's Barrier Island between the Atlantic Ocean and the Intercoastal Waterway. The Nature Center is a cooperative effort among the City of Boca Raton, the Greater Boca Raton Beach and Park District, and the Florida Atlantic University. Gumbo Limbo Nature Center is split up into 3 different sections. The first is the Coastal Hammock Boardwalk. Second, you have the marine aquariums and sea turtle conservation. And lastly, you have the Butterfly Garden and Ashley Trail. The Nature Center and aquariums are open Monday from noon to 4 and Tuesdays through Sunday 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The trails, boardwalk, and observation tower are open daily from 7 a.m. to sunset. There is no admission fee as the center is funded by the City of Boca Raton and the local park district. However, Jack and I encourage you to make a donation or purchase something from their small gift shop to give back to the amazing work they are doing. Parking is also complimentary, even though parking is limited. The Coastal Hammock Boardwalk is a 1/3 of a mile elevated boardwalk that winds through a tropical coastal hammock forest. Now, word of advice. Do not look up. Jack and I did, and we saw some of the largest spiders that we have ever seen in our lifetime. These spiders are called golden silk spiders, also known as banana spider. They are harmless to humans. However, they are massive, and the females can get as big as a hand in some cases. Now, the trail leads you in a few different directions. One way leads you to an intercoastal overlook. You can also keep taking it where it leads you to the Red Reef Park West. We'll talk about this later, as it's a great place to park if you want to go to the beach or just relax for a nice picnic. Lastly, there is the observation tower called Jacob's Outlook. This is a 40-foot high tower that provides breathtaking panoramic views of the Intercoastal Waterway, the Atlantic Ocean, and the ecosystems of the Barrier Island. The best part about the observation tower is that it is ADA compliant with a 700-foot-long accessible ramp. This was great for Jack and I as we were able to keep baby girl in her stroller and we were able to walk all the way to the top. At the top, you better hold on to your hat because it was really windy the day that we were there. Making your way back off the coastal hammock boardwalk, you will come to the Welcome Center. The Welcome Center will be where you can use the restrooms, make donations like we mentioned, or purchase an item from the gift shop. On the back of the Welcome Center, you will be led to the Sea Turtle Conservation Building. Within the Sea Turtle Conservation Building, you'll find hundreds of sea turtles that are being rehabilitated. These turtles are rescued from the wild due to accidents or other mishaps and are taken care of at the center until they are able to be released back into the wild. Outside of the Sea Turtle Conservation Building, you'll find the marine aquariums. These are large saltwater aquariums that represent different South Florida marine habitats. Within the aquariums, you're able to see native fish, stingrays, and other sea life. There are also scheduled feeding presentations. However, by the time Jack and I got there, they had already happened. Therefore, if you're interested in seeing the feeding presentations, make sure you call the day before you visit to find out what time the feedings will happen the day you visit. The last section of the Gumbo Limbo Nature Center is the Butterfly Garden and Ashley Trail. The Butterfly Garden is a dedicated garden where wild butterflies like monarchs can be observed throughout the year. Unfortunately, the day Jack and I were there were no butterflies to be found. Through the Butterfly Garden, you will end up on the Ashley Trail. This is a short walking path that leads you to a small open structure overlooking the Intercoastal Waterway. Gumbo Limbo Nature Center's mission is to inspire stewardship of coastal and marine ecosystems. So, what better way to do that than to visit the Gumbo Limbo on your next trip to Boca Raton? Red Reef Park is a 39.7-acre multi-use oceanfront park that includes beaches, nature areas, boardwalks, and a golf course. The park is separated into two parts. You have the oceanfront side, which is the actual Red Reef Park, and the Intercoastal Waterway side, which is called the Red Reef Park West. Red Reef Park is open daily from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., and you can park there for $35 on weekdays and $50 on weekends. Jack and I thought the parking was a little expensive, so we have an alternative for you. If you go directly across the street from Red Reef Park, you will find Red Reef Park West, where you can find parking for $3 an hour. However, it has a maximum of 4 hours. That is a whole lot cheaper than $35 for the whole day, especially since with having our daughter, we knew we wouldn't be there all day. At Red Reef Park West, you will also find a 9-hole executive golf course, picnic area, and even the coastal hammock boardwalk that will lead you to the Gumbo Limbo Nature Center. Red Reef Park is known for their snorkel trail that has 20 artificial reef modules just off the shore. The best time to snorkel is when it is low tide and calm seas, since this is when you will have better visibility in shallow water. Jack and I ended up here after our time at the Gumbo Limbo Nature Center. Therefore, it was a little later in the day and the nighttime coolness had already started to kick in. We decided to take a stroll on the beach with our daughter and only stick our feet in the water. To our surprise, the water was still quite warm for it being November when we visited. Next time we visit Boca Raton, we are going to make it a full beach day where we can all get into the water, bring our snorkeling gear to see some of the reef modules, Leave down in the comments what your favorite beach activity is. Do you hunt for seashells, build sand castles, or just sit and enjoy the waves crashing onto the beach? Next on our list is the Town Center at Boca Raton. The Town Center at Boca Raton is the definition of upscale luxury shopping. This mall officially opened in August of 1980 with major anchor stores such as Burdeen's, Sears, and Jordan Marsh. Over the years, the anchor tenants have changed, like Jordan Marsh became Mervyn's and then later became Saks Fifth Avenue. Other anchor stores at the mall today include Macy's, Bloomingdale's, Neiman Marcus, and Nordstrom, just to name a few. The best part about visiting in November is we got to experience all of their Christmas decorations, which were so elegant and beautiful. The mall has everything from your classic stores like Lush, Victoria's Secret, Pottery Barn, along with some very upscale and luxury retail shops like Gucci, Tiffany & Co., Rolex, Cartier. The mall even has more than just shops. It has a number of dining options when that retail therapy has come to an end. Some of these options include the food court, which obviously houses multiple fast options, Maggiano's, which is Jack and I's favorite spot, True Food Kitchen, the Capitol Grill, and Maggie McFly's. Jack and I ended up eating at Maggiano's this time because it is one of our favorite places and we haven't been here in years. However, next time we go to the mall, we're going to try Maggie McFly's, which is known for their locally sourced ingredients that make up their expansive menu. The mall even had a play area for kids where we got to get our daughter out to let her stretch her legs and burn some energy. It was a really cool one too that she definitely enjoyed for probably about a half hour. Now, if you know Jack and I, you know we love to shop. So we will come back here time and time again. Our next spot is Meisner Park. Meisner Park is a high-end mixed-use development combining shopping, dining, residential, and cultural spaces. Meisner Park was designed in a Mediterranean revival style by Cooper Carey, who was inspired by architect Addison Meisner, whom the park is named after. Within Meisner Park, there is downtown Boca Raton, where there are more than 40 shops from boutiques to specialty stores. The one store that caught Jack and I's eye was the Restoration Hardware Outlet. If you are hungry while you're at Meisner Park, they also have you covered with everything from upscale restaurants to casual dining spots. One of Jack and I's other favorite restaurants can also be found here, the Yard House. They even have you covered with dessert from Sloan's Ice Cream and its sugar candy store. If you're looking for that caffeine hit, they have everyone's favorite Starbucks or lesser known Subculture Coffee. If you're looking for something to do in Meisner Park, it has iPick Theater where you can catch a new movie or try some bowling at Strike 10 Bowling. While Jack and I were here, they were setting up for Christmas. And I have to say, it will be one of the most beautiful spots for Christmas at night. Let us know down in the comments what your favorite spot is in Meisner Park in downtown Boca. Now, since our baby girl has a little bit of a bedtime, we didn't get to experience it with all the lights on, so we would love to be able to come back and do this in the future. But the tree looked so pretty, and you could tell that all of the palm trees were already lined with lights, so we would love to see it all lit up. If you haven't already decided to plan a trip to Boca Raton, This is the place that would make any family want to visit, and our favorite place in Boca Raton. Now, think back to when you were little. Do you remember playing lava tag as a kid? Well, Sugar Sands Park is the ultimate lava tag park. Sugar Sands Park is a 132-acre park that has everything from a children's science explorium to athletic facilities, a community theater, a science playground, and even a carousel. You heard me right. They even have a carousel. The park is free to enter and even includes free parking. The park is open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. We had the best time with our daughter exploring this park. To say it is fun is an understatement. We started our day at the playground and probably spent a good hour and a half there. Even for her current age, which is under 2, there was plenty to keep us busy. The playground is split up into a couple different sections by age. They had a 2 to 5-year-old area and a 5 to 12-year-old area. We enjoyed exploring both and spent time on the swings, different slides. Now, our daughter loves to swing, so we spent lots of time trying out all of the different swings. In the center of the playground, they even had a splash pad. Our daughter loves a good splash pad, but we did not bring her swimsuit, so we steered her away from this even though she was ready to go splash. We felt so bad because we didn't know that this place had a splash pad, or we would have prepared a little better. Next time we know, and we will bring her swimsuit because you could tell she really just wanted to run over to the water and splash. The playground is even accessible, which made it so nice because we could take the stroller up the ramps and explore the multi-level outdoor playground together as a family. I even got to take her down one of the tunnel slides, which swirls round and around, and it was a blast and something I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. When I mentioned it was the ultimate lava tag park, it is. Because of the design, you can hide, climb, explore, and they even have some pathways low to the ground, which, for me, because I've always been short, back in my day, that was the best hiding spot. I could get into those tiny little places and hide until somebody found me, and then I'd be it, obviously. Next, we checked out the carousel. Unfortunately, with it being a Monday, the carousel was not operating. But just seeing it in the middle of a park was amazing. It felt like what Walt Disney would have seen when he dreamed up Disneyland on a park bench watching a carousel. It operates Tuesday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. and on weekends 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And get this. It only costs $1 per person to ride. We could not believe that. I'm so sad that it was a Monday and it happened to be closed because we definitely would have done the carousel as a family as well. After that, we popped into the Children's Science Explorium. This blew us away. It is free admission, however, they do accept donations. And this completely shocked us. We couldn't believe it was free. It was basically a children's science museum. Now, this Explorium is mainly geared towards ages 5 to 12, but it is a hands-on science center for kids. The exhibits are interactive and they rotate. It covers topics like space, rockets, electricity, motion, sound. We probably spent an hour in here just having loads of fun with our daughter. We can see how beneficial it would be too as she gets older. It also was air conditioned, so if you're here on a hot day, it's obviously a great place to explore and cool off a little bit while learning something along the way. On the other side of the Explorium sits the Willow Theater and Community Center. The Willow Theater runs kid-friendly theatrical productions, films, and other events. There are also meeting rooms and other community-oriented facilities. On top of all that, as if I already haven't persuaded you enough to come here, they have 6 baseball fields, basketball courts, roller hockey courts, and a field house with a larger indoor gym to play basketball, volleyball, and even do activities like fencing and taekwondo. They have nature trails throughout the park, picnic tables, grills, and pavilions. To say finding this park made our vacation is an understatement. We had so much fun here. We've already talked about when we could go back to Boca Raton to be able to enjoy this park again. So if you have kids or are a kid at heart, definitely check out Sugar Sand Park. It puts other parks to shame, and I wish this was closer to where we lived. I know I said it already, but this park was absolutely amazing and definitely worth a visit. From amazing playgrounds to luxury shopping and beaches, Boca Raton has everything. Those are our top 5 favorite things to do in Boca Raton. Let us know down in the comments what your favorite spot is in Boca Raton. And we're Jack and Erica with Hello Pumpkin Travels, and we'll see you round like a donut.